All right, Apple, my favorite company, the one that I love so very very much. Um, so I was having issues with I had like an iPhone back in Norway, and for some reason I had left the phone there, so I was like, oh whatever, I'll just activate it on another iPhone or whatever. And that didn't work. I had to contact Apple support because they kept saying, "Oh, you need to send a message to your phone in Norway," and I was like, "I don't have a phone in Norway. I got rid of that thing." So they're like, "Oh, just make a new account." We can't fix that. So I'm like, "Whatever. Okay, I've got an email alias. I can make a new account." So fast forward to today. I'm trying to set up that MacBook on the App Store. And so they're like, oh, you gotta agree to our terms. You gotta add billing information because to download a free application, you need billing information nowadays. That's cool. Thanks. Thanks for tying my freaking computer to my billing address. That's great. But that's just one of the amazing features of privacy that you get with Apple devices. It's wonderful. So I tried to sign in and it says contact iTunes support. And I'm like, I didn't know iTunes was still a thing. But whatever, I went to iTunes support, which was just Apple support, and they're like, the questions don't ask, to prompt for which department you're gonna get turned over to. They don't tell you like, oh, I get an error that's when I try to sign in. So I had to choose the closest one, which was like can't make purchases or something. So I get on a chat with them and they're like, okay, just verify you can sign in, and then they changed something. It was like a really quick fix and I was able to sign in after that. So I was like, oh, I really do not like this. Because with Google, I never have such problems. Google's pretty good about not fucking up my account, so I have to make a new one. So I feel kind of secure with my Google purchases. With Apple, I don't know how long this is gonna last. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to even download anything because God forbid they lock my account again for like the third time, and I'm running out of email addresses to make Apple accounts with, and this isn't my fucking fault. So whatever. It's one of those things where I'm like, for a company that prides itself on like it just works, it never fucking just works for me. It is so fucking impossible to use because they don't have there's no way for you to fix this shit on your own. They can just lock your shit for no reason, and then you're like, what do I do now? And they're like, well, just make a new account. You'll be fine. So I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of how this is working. I really, really don't like using Apple stuff, and this is kind of why. Because they're so reliant on this shitty backend they've got, and that's usually the problem I have with their devices is that their backend decided to break that day. So I don't know, like I use Brave for everything. I have Firefox as a DMG, so it's not a real problem. I don't really use their app store, but now I fucking know that now I can use it if I ever got an iDevice again. So whatever. But people will tell me up, down, and all around. They'll be like, "Man, Apple's great at so it just works." I'm like, "No, it doesn't. It doesn't fucking just work. All their shit's broken." So yeah, they need to like hire me or something because I can find holes all in their stuff. I could. Oh my god, they need me working on their shit. So that's about it right now. Thanks.